Hello Peter, hello everyone. So I have started working on event to volunteer functionality because that's also part of Glenn's uh, GSoC program. So I'm working on that right now, so that he should work on it on mobile side.
Right.
So not much work done on UI part right now. Just created some models and created queries and mutations. So I also understanding API, but I have couple of doubts right now for event volunteers because in API what we are doing is when we are creating a volunteer group, we are also asking for event ID. That means when a user has already created a group, only then they can create a volunteer. Already created an event, only then they can create a volunteer group for that. So if a user has not created any event and creating a event, we cannot make a event volunteer group that time. So if it is fine because if a user has only made a non-recurring event that is only being held for one time, then it is okay. But for recurring events, suppose we are having a recurring events which has 100 instances, then we have to assign make event volunteer for every single instance. So that part was confusing for me, and I couldn't understand like why are we not making event volunteer group when we are creating an event.
Yeah, we should do it that way. That's the aim.
Yeah, so right now that's not being done. Like we can only create a event volunteer group when an event is already created.
All right. So if there's a way in which we can modify that, if it means updating the schema and the relationships, we need to start thinking about that. Because you're right, that doesn't make sense. It's going to be very, very difficult for people to manage.
Yeah, and also one more part like we have edit is assigned, so we are asking for the permission of the user. We have asked to be a volunteer, so that work has also need to be done because there is no functionality to uh, take a guess to interpret like if he has assigned it, if like why we are assigning it, why there is field because that field makes no sense. If a volunteer is has accepted the invite, so he is already assigned to that, right?
Yeah.
So some fields, I thought like some fields could be removed, which are like not useful at all.
Yes. Let's try and trim a lot of that. Please work with your mentor. Who's that? I think it's
No one sir.
Noman. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. So if you can work with him
Yeah, and
to make
maybe
him.
these functionalities are also part of my GSoC project. So maybe I will look into the backend implementation of these things.
Yes, that'd
So
be yeah, that'd be really helpful. We need to the aim, just like you said, Dante, is to try and make the application as user-friendly and logical as possible. So if you have a concern or a doubt, like what you've just mentioned, something that's very obvious, yeah, it's good that we have the opportunity to talk about it here, so that we can fix it and get us to where we want to be. So thanks for bringing that up.
Yep.